This is the day chart for California Senator Alex Padilla. Earlier today, was involved in a major confrontation with law enforcement, although really immigration, law enforcement, ICE, and their goons as a result of policies currently being pushed harder than ever before by this guy and by her, the Secretary of Homeland Security. And his chart really reflects very clearly why this happened at this time. It's the sun, his sun in Aries, opposite Pluto at birth, which immediately marks him as a person of very strong will because of the Pluto. But more importantly, being in government at this time can mean that he's going to be involved in confrontational situations and literally forced to defend his own honor, the country's honor, and overall a time full of intense work and responsibility and stress because of the fact that Saturn and Neptune are right there next to his sun. And for perspective, you have to realize these planets have huge orbits. Saturn starts here at birth, and it goes around like this 30 years. Neptune is 165 years to go around, and so his whole life has only traveled from there to there. So this is deeply symbolic, super important for him, and you can see it in his transits by looking at where the planets are and where they're going. So we put them there next to his sun, and we notice that they're not going away because both of them are moving downward toward this station that Saturn is making in mid-July, and another station made by Neptune here in early July, right on top of where the sun is, and opposite Pluto. And so to that you can add that, as it turns out, the Jupiter going through Cancer down here is also part of the situation, since from here you get a square in the direction of the sun and in the direction of Pluto. So this guy has his work cut out for him over the next couple of months, and my feeling is that this event will probably define his life in a major way for the next 2+ years, because this is the classic situation with Saturn. When Saturn goes through a person's sun sign, there's a saying made by a 20th century astrologer that I think fits really well. The chickens of ambition come home to roost. I think that this is going to inspire him to fight and fight hard for himself and for the people of California, the people of his district, and for the overall opposition and resistance to this guy because of the reckless way he's carrying out his immigration policy. And I would encourage him to fight and stand firm, because I think his odds of succeeding are quite good. It may not happen right away. Part of the problem with transits like this, especially Saturn, when Saturn is really close to you, which for him essentially defines the entire summer, since Saturn will be in this vicinity all the way to September, whereupon it backtracks back into Pisces, but it doesn't really let up the pressure because he's got this Venus here in late Pisces, so he's in a Saturn situation until next spring, whereupon it'll finally get beyond these sun degrees. So lots and lots of work and focus, but my feeling is that it's to good effect, and it will pay dividends possibly to some extent in the short term, but definitely in the longer term as we go into next year, which is an election year, and so it becomes extra important. It's remarkable to see her trying to turn it around and blame him for it. Or I heard the leader of the House of Representatives, Mike Johnson, claiming that he should be censored for what he did, which I think is the height of hypocrisy and malevolence. We'll see how it plays out, but my sense is that this is super important for Padilla, and that the most likely outcome is that it will elevate his status as a result of what just happened here.